He's right here.
We just got our first bucket from Prairie Ridge. I didn't catch the name there, but we're gonna jump right into the action. Prairie Ridge has some high pressured 2-3 zone going on here, trying to stifle the South Elgin Storm offense. The Storm are in the navy blue while Prairie Ridge is wearing the white. The Storm won their first game. They're 1-0. Prairie Ridge, a loser in their first effort. Howard from the corner, no good. Rebound controlled by McClendon. McClendon's gonna go up with it, no good. Hankins comes in and tries to out-rebound, but he is not going to get the call. Left to right, here comes Brian Dorn. They got it at the top of the key there. Almost lost there by Otto. Otto swings it. Dorn with it again. Far side. Another high pressure defense by the Storm. Floater no good. Rebound tapped around and controlled by McClendon. He'll run the point and he's going to take it coast to coast. No good. Rebound controlled and brought back the other way. A high pressure, up-tempo game so far. And a bucket from Prairie Ridge. It appeared to be a 3-point field goal there. McClendon wide open under the hoop, and he's going to take it all the way. Quentin McClendon on the board. Another three-pointer, and that one's going to fall for Bradshaw. And this Prairie Ridge team has come out shooting very well in the first quarter here. Far side swing to Howard. Howard's going to give it right back to Smith, and Smith's going to try to set this up. McClendon in the far side. Inward pass to Hankins is picked off by number 23, Loading. Back to Dorn. Dorn's going to set up the offense for Prairie Ridge. They've been extremely well. And Dorn gets on the board again. Brian Dorn with a bucket, and this Prairie Ridge team is flowing on offense right now. Pass over to to Lynch. Far side corner, McClendon. Swing pass to Smith. He's going to fire from deep. That hit nothing. There's Hankins to clean up the mess. Tyler Hankins gets on the board, and that's his first bucket. Look for him to make a bigger impact. Hankins was sleeping on the other end, and they take advantage. Otto comes down and makes it a quick bucket. Looks like this Prairie Ridge team is not going to let you take any moments off. And early in the morning here, the South Elgin team has been gashed a couple times. Smith with it now, far side to Lynch. Lynch looks to Howard. Howard looks inside, and Hankins fumbles it. He's had a couple of bad plays inside already, and he's slowly trotting back. Another three-pointer thrown up, and that one hits. This Prairie Ridge team has shot the ball extremely well on this 15-4 run to open the quarter. Smith, far side, Howard. Howard to McClendon. McClendon right to Lynch. He had a wide open swing pass that he didn't take. McClendon takes it in. He swings it to Smith. Smith's going to fire for three. That hit back rim and no good. They're going to go left to right now on your screen, and they're picking up the tempo. A pass over into the corner to Otto, no good. Rebound controlled. Far side corner, swing pass. Smith right inside to Hankins. Hankins can't finish, tapped around. McClendon's gonna go up, and McClendon will finish. Quick shot by Otto, and that's gonna fall. This Prairie Ridge team is flowing on all cylinders early here in the first quarter. Far side pass, McClendon's got it. He's gonna swing past to Smith. Smith's gonna fire for three. He's taken 3 of them, he's missed them all. Inside pass to Howard, he's gonna give it right back to Lynch. Lynch will fire for three, that's back rim, no good. And they're gonna give Howard the call there, a little elbow push off of Otto, and this game has quickly unraveled for the Storm. Gonna get a sub in here, it looks like Binion's gonna get in. Yep, David Binion will be on the floor. And that is the only sub for the Storm at the moment. A couple of new guys on the floor for the other squad as well. We'll catch you up on those in a minute. Inside, a little floater goes up, no good, and that one does fall for the Prairie Ridge squad. A wild pass by Binion, and that's no good. Inside, they're looking for it, but they're gonna give them an out of bounds call there. Let's catch you up on the substitutes. Corey Lamb came in for the Prairie Ridge squad, and I believe that was their only substitute at the moment. Number 20, Kyle Loading, comes in. So a couple of brothers on the squad here. Far side pass into the corner. Binion gives it to Smith. Smith's gonna give it right back. Running a more guard play here. Smith's gonna drive, no good, but he'll get the call, and he's gonna go to the line. Smith throws up the first one. He's had a rough first quarter. Looks like he's forcing it up there for sure. Second one is up, and that one's gonna fall for Smith. Smith gets on the board. 7-19, a 12-point deficit for the Storm, something they haven't really felt so far in this tournament. Quick inside pass, and that's gonna be a bucket. Kyle Loading comes in, and he's gonna get his first bucket of the game. Hankins will give it to Smith. Smith will give it to Howard. Far side swing. Lynch inside for Hankins. He's gonna draw some contact, and he's gonna go to the line. Tyler Hankins, the 6'9" senior, draws the foul. Looks like there's gonna be a sub for the Storm and also a sub for the Prairie Ridge squad as well. The Storm sub is Colin Vegas as Hankins knocks down the first one. The sub for the Prairie Ridge squad is number 33. That's Bradshaw checking back in. Otto takes a seat. Hankins goes up with the second one, and he knocks them both down. 2 for 2 from the line for the big man. He takes a seat, and in comes McClendon. Pass, inbound. They're going to run some pressure, too. Maybe a full court man-to-man press. Far side for Prairie Ridge. It's number 33, Bradshaw. He gives it up. Dorn back to Bradshaw. He's going to fire for three. And the three ball has killed South Elgin so far. 24-9, and they have shot the ball extremely well. A risky pass from Smith, and it's out of bounds. This is where you almost want to consider taking a timeout, try to recuperate the troops here, because it has been a tough go of it early here in the morning for the South Elgin Storm. Far side pass, that's in Vegas. Howard gives it in, Binion, no good. They try to give it back to him, and that's also gonna fly out of bounds. The Storm have really struggled to break this pressure early on here in the game. Minute 49 left in the quarter. Inbound goes to Smith. Smith, far side Howard. Right back to him. Trying to move the ball quickly. They find a little gap. Here's Howard for three. No good. McClendon puts it back up, and he gets a bucket as well. The three-point shooters for South Elgin have done a pretty horrendous job so far, but it is early in the morning. A lot of times people struggle to get that flow gelling here early. In comes number 23 for each team. 23 for the Storm is Anthony Lynch. And number 23 for Prairie Ridge, that's going to be Loading, Tyler Loading, checking back in. It's going to be Dorn. Dorn gives it up, far side, dribble, drive, penetration. They're going to throw up a wild-looking shot, but Lamb gets it to fall. They've gotten pretty much all of their looks to fall early on here in the game. Vegas far side swing in quickly to Binion. Binion's going to dribble, drive with a power move and score. David Binion with a bucket. 26-11 in favor, or 13, excuse me, in favor of Prairie Ridge. Far side pass, and McClendon's gonna pick that one off. McClendon's going coast to coast, and he's gonna finish that one with an easy layup. We've seen him finish with the dunk, but this time he goes to the left-handed layup to make it nice and easy. 26-15 now, trying to cut into this lead. South Elgin is Loading on the far side. Gives it up near side here. That's his brother, Kyle Loading. A picked off pass. Vegas is running the floor. Smith's with him. Smith's gonna go up. He's got the charge on Matt Smith. Wow. I'm not too sure about that one. Matt Smith, the D1 bound guard, gets the charge called on him. We got some subs rechecking in as Otto and also Bradshaw, or excuse me, Card is back into the game. They're gonna run some full court press here. You got another sub for South Elgin. A short 3 seconds till the quarter ends here. So the refs give some pep talks to some players. They're gonna heave it. He's gonna get a shot up. Looked good from here, but it was well short, and that's gonna be the quarter. The first quarter of action here is done, 26-15 in favor of Prairie Ridge, off of some really hot shooting. Their shooters were pretty much as good as they can be in the first quarter of play. Not a lot of misses from deep, and you shoot the ball well from outside, and you're going to have a lot of success. South Elgin, on the other hand, has had a lot of struggles with shooting. Seems like they can't get out of bed to play here today. A lot of time left in this game, only through 8 minutes. There's a lot of good things going on here, a lot of high pressure from Prairie Ridge on defense, which you always like to see. They're running like a 1-2-2 sort of pressure trap, and as soon as they enter the zone, they're pressuring the ball to the sidelines and getting traps on the sidelines. South Elgin wants to work the ball inside, but it's tough to work that in when you're stressed out with traps and high pressure defense. On the other hand, South Elgin, they just started running a new defense with some higher pressure. They're trying to pressure the ball carriers of Prairie Ridge here. Let's see if South Elgin sticks with that trap going into the second quarter here, or if Prairie Ridge runs away with it completely. Got some new faces here on the floor here. Number 5, that's Trevor Potter. And also for South Elgin, you've got on the far side there, number 21, that's Atkins. And they stick right with this 1-3-1 sort of trap look here. Atkins down low, trap. Gives it into McClendon. McClendon with a power move, gives it to Smith. Smith fires for 3, no good. Rebound tapped around. Anthony Lynch controls it on the far side. And Smith's gonna draw some contact. Dribble drive right away. Oh, kind of a weird looking play there. McClendon might have had a travel there. It kind of depends on how you were looking at it. Good move there by Potter, who just came into the game, and they answer back quickly. Atkins with it now. Atkins is going to dribble. He's going to get blocked. Put back, no good. Rebound control by Smith. Smith gives it to Uvegas. Uvegas with a floater, no good. Rebound tapped around, controlled by McClendon. McClendon, no good. They are just absolutely out-rebounding them on this possession. Atkins gives it back to Smith, and they're going to reset. Uvegas with it now. McClendon, swing pass. Another swing pass to Lynch. They're trying to work the ball into that middleman who's running a triangle there. Phil Jackson triangle motion offense. A risky pass, and it's going to eventually be picked off by Prairie Ridge. A good move, but that's not going to go. They're going to call that last off of a white jersey. Number 55 checks in for Prairie Ridge. That's Andrew Eschweiler, 6'7" center. Hankins still on the end of the bench for the Storm. They're going with a smaller, quicker lineup, it seems. Risky pass by Uvegas, and what a save play by Count Uvegas. Comes to the near side here, gets it, throws it behind his back and off of a Prairie Ridge jersey to retain possession. Howard with it to Lynch, into Hankins, who checked back in when I wasn't paying attention. Howard with it. Hankins right at the free throw dot. Uvegas had it. Hankins is going to turn and fire, and Hankins is going to score. Hankins the only man on the floor right now who has points previously scored for South Elgin. A swing pass in the corner. They're going to fire for three. That one rim rattles and falls. Number 20, Kyle Loading. These guys have shot the three ball extremely well. If that fire starts to fizzle, they could see some trouble, but right now it doesn't seem like that's going to happen anytime soon. They throw it inside, and New Vegas gets an easy layup, 22-31 in favor of the Prairie Ridge High School. I believe they might be the Bulldogs, but I'm not quite too sure on that one. Nevertheless, Prairie Ridge has a 9-point lead at the moment. We got a full day of pool play here for you. You got Prairie Ridge taking on South Elgin. Lakes is going to take on Corliss next. After that, you got Bartlett versus Rockford. And then into the afternoon cap, Huntley versus Rockford Boylan. Zion Benton's going to take on Grant. Cary Grove will take on the Marion Central squad. Crystal Lake South will go up against Barrington. And to cap off the night, Johnsburg will take on Jacobs, the home team. It's a wonderful day here in late December. Very mild temperatures. And Dorn is going to take it back up left to right on your screen. Swing pass almost picked off by Vegas. They got a guy on the line who was open for a second, but no good. Inside. Eschweiler taking it on. Hankins head on. 6'7" versus 6'9". Brute versus Brute. Let's see who wins. They're going to call a block on Hankins on the floor. Nylick's going to come in, and Hankins is going to take a seat due to foul trouble. Pass out, Dorn with it now. Dorn a dribble drive, a weird looking floater, no good. Damian Young with the rebound. Young's pass is intercepted. A quick shot, no good. Rebound controlled by Vegas. They're gonna bring it up now. Damian Young with it, gives it to Howard. Far side Vegas, back to Young. Trying to work that ball inside, but they're not having much luck. Young with it. Almost threw a pass that was risky. Working around the perimeter here. Vegas gets a good look. He's going to fire for three. No good. Rebound. Pushed around, shoved around. On the floor, finally controlled. Prairie Ridge coming back. A hop step, dribble, and almost a slam back by Eschweiler. No good. They're going to call a foul on number 21, Atkins. Eschweiler came down, and he looked like he was ready to put that ball back hard. Eschweiler takes a seat. Bradshaw checks back in as well as Lamb. Full line down there. They're running the screen plays. Gets a man open at the top. All passes to no man's land. Almost a backcourt violation, but controlled by Dorn. Dorn dribbles with it now. Wide open at the top. Atkins gets blown out. A wild looking layup, no good. They're gonna call a travel there on I believe that's number 20, Loading. Yep, Loading, Kyle Loading with the travel. In checks Matt Smith and Julian Lynch. Pass over to Young. They're gonna work this two-man swing game to get it over the boundary line. Inside to Nylik. Nylik throws up an up fake, and he gets that one to go. Cameron Nylik. For the bucket. Inside there, and that's going to be a bucket from number 33, Bradshaw. That puts him in double digits. Seems like South Elgin, whenever they start to chirp back into this lead, they have a quick answer. It's a 9-point game, 24-33 in favor of the Prairie Ridge squad. Pass into Smith. 3 minutes left in the second quarter here. Smith's gonna swing past to Howard. Howard quickly to Lynch in the corner. Young steps into a three, knocks it down. Damian Young for three. South Elgin sticking to their man-to-man defense, trying to keep with that, as Prairie Ridge is having a lot of success with the high-pressure trap, as I said earlier. Number 11, that's a new number there. That's going to be Stenzel in for them. Dorn, dribble drive, puts up a floater, no good. Their shots are getting more wild as this quarter progresses. Smith's running. He's going to take it all the way, and is he going to get the bucket? I believe he is, yes. That's an and one opportunity for Matt Smith. Quickly, this game is now 29-33, 2:21 remaining in the half. Smith puts up the only one, and that one falls. A three-point play for Matt Smith. Nylik just puts his arms up, and he gets a steal out of it. Smith out and running again. He's going to throw the spin move on. No call there. Looked like there could have been some minor contact, but he's not going to get it there. A quick answer three, no good. Rebound, tapped around, controlled by Nylik. Nylik, I think they're going to call a timeout. South Elgin calls a timeout to regather the troops. Prairie Ridge was controlling the first quarter. It was all them. And since that point, South Elgin has slowly chipped into the lead, making it now just a measly 3 points. At a point, I think the lead was up to maybe 12 or 13. They've cut it to just the one possession game. South Elgin possesses the ball. They can cut into this lead down to one, or they can even tie the game if they have a big shot in them. A lot of good basketball so far. Prairie Ridge took the loss last night, but from how they've played so far, they don't appear to be that one-loss team that the record states. South Elgin had a runaway win yesterday. That was in the cap of my games that I did. Inbound to Young. That 1-2-2 trap is still working well for Prairie Ridge. Smith with it now. Young near side. Howard for three. No good. They're going to call a foul under the rim, a white push. They got away with one there. South Elgin possesses the ball again. Minute 33 left. Oh, a double cut. That was a beautiful play. A double cutter. They disguised it perfectly. They threw Nylik down in, drew a bunch of attention, and then they let Lynch do the same exact cut that Nylik just did. Gash the defense and an easy bucket for them on the inbounds. They're gonna call a foul on the floor underneath the rim. The Prairie Ridge team will take it. The inbounder is Potter. Nylik had a chance at it, didn't get it. Potter now. Dribble drive, he looks to be caught in the corner there against Howard. Gives it up. Ooh, a risky pass there, somehow controlled. 58 remaining. Howard comes up with a steal, and they're gonna call a block right here on number 12, Otto. A pretty smart play to follow him there as they were out and running in numbers, but actually I think that's the 1-and-1. If that would have kept them from the free throw line, would have been a very good foul. But due to the fact that Howard goes to the line, now it's a bit of a risk, a different story. If Howard can convert, you gave him 2 points. First one is up, and he hits Justin Howard, the senior guard, the 5'7" senior guard for the South Elgin Storm. Second one is up, and that one falls as well for Howard. He's had a rough day shooting the 3 ball, but that is his cup of tea. Dribble almost lost there. Quick swing pass into the corner. I think they're gonna call a foul on Young. Calling a foul on Damian Young down there. They're gonna go to the line now as well. Subs are coming back in for Prairie Ridge. Number 5, that's Eschweiler, and Lamb. Down goes Potter, and down goes Bradshaw. First one is up, and it is good. Tie game, 34-34 here. Pretty good comeback for South Elgin here in the second quarter. Team showed a lot of heart to get back to the place that they are right now. Second one is up, and that one falls as well. Otto 2 for 2 from the line. Smith gives it up. Gonna get it right back. Gonna step over the half-court line. 36 seconds left. They might go for the last possession here. Down to 12 on the clock. They got to get going here. 9. 2 seconds remaining. A long 3 from Smith, and he knocks it down. Matt Smith knocks it down to end the half, and that's going to be a 37-35 lead for South Elgin. After the first quarter they had, you would not have guessed that they are the leader at halftime. Gonna crunch some numbers here, get some scoring update for you. Matt Smith with that big 7. Lynch with 2, McClendon's gonna have 10, Hankins with a 6, Binion with 2, Vegas with 2, Young with 3, and Nylik with 2. That wraps up the scoring for South Elgin. Bucket right there at the end, that's gonna put 9, Dorn had 4, Bradshaw had pitched in 10, 2 for Lamb, 5 for Loading, and 2 for Potter is gonna wrap up the scoring for the Prairie Ridge squad, Good game here so far. Prairie Ridge came out shooting the ball red hot, only to be countered by South Elgin just chipping at the lead. 37-35 in favor of the Storm. We're gonna send it to a quick break here for halftime. We'll bring it back, and we're gonna give you some more exciting basketball action here on YouTube. And we are back here in the Jacobs High School gym. Welcome if you are just joining us. There was an exciting first half of basketball. The Prairie Ridge squad came out firing to start. South Elgin chipped back into this lead. Now South Elgin leads by 2 headed into the second half. We got a lot of exciting basketball coming to you live today here at the Hinkle Holiday Tournament. And this one has failed to disappoint so far. Or, excuse me, not failed to disappoint so far. We have seen a lot of good action in this game. 37-35 again in favor of the Storm. Some good scoring all around the board for the Storm. McClendon led them into the half with 10. Inbound from Eschweiler. Oh, a quick pass inside. Hankins sends it back. Howard with it now. Howard gives it to Smith over the half-court line. Right back to Smith for 3. Smith fires no good. Rebound controlled. Right to left, here comes Prairie Ridge. You're going to call a very, very touchy-feely foul on McClendon there. Just gave him a little bump. And they're on McClendon indeed. Near side here, that's Card, gives it up. Loading with it. Oh, yeah, that's a push, come on. Right down underneath, right in front of our view here in the booth, you can see a push right into the face of Matt Smith. Inbound to Lynch, swing pass to Howard. Howard to Lynch again, and Smith crosses the boundary now. Smith with it. Into Hankins. Quick passing there, finally gets it out to Lynch. Hankins fights it up, and he fights it in the hoop. Tyler Hankins with the bucket. Prairie Ridge seems to like to stretch the floor a lot, get their shooters open. South Elgin wants to work the ball and easy buckets with their big men. They call a blocking foul there. Oh, that's going to be a McClendon, excuse me, yeah. Second foul just in a short period of time here for McClendon. They're working around up top. Pass to Bradshaw. Bradshaw dribble drive, loses it. Kind of throw it back in to his teammate there. They do possess it. Loading with it now, floater, no good. Rebound tapped around. They're going to say it last one off of McClendon. Nowhere to go with the inbound. They finally get it in. Near side here, that's Card. Gives it up to Dorn. Definitely trying to cut down on the three-point shots. South Elgin's trying to get them to quit throwing those ones up and let them rain in. Kind of a bad foul there by Howard. They've possessed the ball almost this whole quarter, 5 minutes and 38 seconds left in the quarter. 39-35 in favor of the Storm. Dribble drive, that's swatted away by Hankins, and they still can't possess the ball. It has been the same way this whole possession. It has been just a tip drill for South Elgin, and they cannot seem to possess the ball. Far side swing, they're gonna fire for three, and when you get enough looks like that, enough times to look at the shot, you get 3 rebounds on one possession, 4 rebounds, a couple fouls, you're gonna get a good look eventually. 38-39 now, back to a 1-point game. Smith with it. Ooh, that was a close one there. They're gonna call a charge on Smith. I believe they called a charge on Matt Smith. Bringing it up right to left now is Doran with a chance to take the lead back. Into the corner, they shoot it for 3. Rim rattle, no good. That was a good look from the corner for loading, and they couldn't get that one to go. Smith splits the double team. He's gonna throw up a floater, and that one's gonna fall. They're calling a charge on him again. A charge on Matt Smith. Matt Smith, 2 charges in a row on 2 straight possessions. Wild set of events here. 38-39 still remains the score. Into the corner, he's got the same look he did before. Back rim, no good. McClendon gets the board, and he's gonna draw some contact. Otto's coming out after some discomfort in that left arm where McClendon was wrapped up in. Smith with it now. Far side to Howard. Back to Smith. Howard. It's a wild swing pass that was intercepted there. They give it up right underneath the hoop, and that's going to give them the lead back. Lamb with the bucket. South Elgin has again been stifled to come out into this quarter. They're gonna call a blocking foul there underneath the rim. Into Hankins, he's gonna fire and he's gonna knock that one down easily. Timeout called. 30-second timeout for the Storm. 41-40, this game is going to remain close. Pretty much the entire remainder of this game. We're hoping that this one remains close at least. It's been exciting so far here in the early morning in the Jacobs High School gym. We've had a lot of interesting plays, a lot of interesting calls, some back and forth offense, and Prairie Ridge just attempting to hang on here. They had a sizable lead for a very long time. Now just trying to fight around in this game and hopefully pull out a W. A great move under the rim. They're going to call a foul on Hankins. Some foul trouble coming up here for the South Elgin Stormers. The first one is missed. Second one is up, that one is good, and we got a tie game here. It can't get any closer than it is right now. Matt Smith, a spin move, gives it up into the corner to Lynch. Lynch far side swing to Howard. Howard to Smith. Out of bounds, last touch by a Prairie Ridge jersey. Long pass controlled by Smith. Smith gives it up to Howard. Lynch for three, no good. Rebound controlled by Prairie Ridge. They're bringing it up, and McClendon with a back tap. Good play by Quentin McClendon. Hankins with a bucket underneath the rim, and Tyler Hankins has been carrying the squad so far in the second half. He's got 12. And a big block by McClendon. He's had a couple of them, not just in this game, but he had one the last time we saw him here as well. McClendon down at the underend for three, no good. Rebound. Fought forward, they're gonna call it off on a blue jersey. South Elgin loses the possession. Swinging it around Prairie Ridge, that's loading far side. Against the big man Hankins. Inside, they're gonna get an easy layup there, number 33, Bradshaw. Hankins with it. Far side to Lynch. Lynch dribble drive. Goes up with it, no good. Hankins cleaning up the mess. Hankins cleans up the mess beautifully. Tyler Hankins with the bucket. And a quick bucket down at the other end. A big bucket down at the other end. The killer three ball has hit for South Elgin. That's no good. A three again for, I don't know, good rebound control by McClendon. Smith with it. Gives it up to McClendon. Far side, Howard. Howard right back to Smith. Smith inside. Couple of bodies on the floor. McClendon can't finish. They're gonna call a foul. 2 shots from McClendon. McClendon pounds the ball at the floor, puts it up. Rim rattle, no good. McClendon can't finish at the line there. McClendon with just 54 seconds remaining on the clock for the quarter. McClendon puts it up. Off the front rim, no good. 0 for 2 from the line for McClendon. Good defense there by Julian Lynch. They can't get the ball out. They're gonna say that that hit off the back side of the backboard. They're calling that out on the Storm. And now the coaches and the refs are getting into it. Slowly, this game is becoming more and more interesting, and a three ball from Prairie Ridge, and it falls for number 31. That's Brian Dorn. Dorn with a big three ball, and now it's 49-45 in favor of Prairie Ridge. They're getting a small lead back. Just how they got it the first time. They're shooting the three ball extremely well. Far side to Lynch. Atkins now gives it to Smith. Smith to Lynch. Swing pass to Howard, almost a backcourt violation. Smith with the long three to end the quarter. That's not gonna go. Really good defensive possession by the Prairie Ridge squad there. A long heave, and he had him, but he missed it. Brady had Gronkowski deep, but he missed the pass. Out of bounds. And now South Elgin will get another chance possibly to get a bucket here on this possession. Hankins comes in for the height down low. Puts it right into Hankins. Now no contact on that, I don't know how, but that is the end of the quarter. 49-45 in favor of the Prairie Ridge team now. Pretty quiet quarter for how this game has gone so far. South Elgin failing to put double-digit points up on the board for the first time in this game in one quarter. Prairie Ridge, on the other hand, struck back pretty good, regaining this lead after trailing by 2 at the half. Their defensive pressure has really gotten to the ball handlers of South Elgin. It's forced a lot of traps, and they've done a really, really good job containing the outside scoring threats of the Storm. It seems like the Storm have had only a couple options, and they've all been inside. McClendon, Hankins, only guys in double digits. So they've done a really good job against the likes of Smith and Howard and containing their scoring ability outside. On the other hand, Prairie Ridge on the outside has been nearly perfect, hitting threes from all over the floor and not failing very often. There's been a very few amount of guys on that team who have not shot the ball well from three. Howard will inbound for the Storm to start this quarter. Eschweiler back in for the Prairie Ridge squad. You always recognize when Height's on the floor. Good defense there. Right back to Lynch for three. No good. Rebound. Tapped around. Ooh, a tough fall there for Atkins underneath the rim with Otto. They get up and they're running back the other way, so it appears everyone's all right. Otto with it now. Gives it up. Almost intercepted by Howard. I'm gonna call a timeout there as Eschweiler hits the shot after the whistle. Been a very interesting game so far. Foul trouble could come in later in this game. 6 fouls out of the Storm just in that third quarter alone. So there's a lot of potential here for this Storm team to get into some foul trouble. Got some coaches drawing up some sort of plays down there on the whiteboards. Prairie Ridge has the possession arrow as well as possession in the game. South Elgin breaks the huddle as well as Prairie Ridge, and we're going to start this back up again. 7:23 left in this final quarter. 49-45 in favor of the Prairie Ridge team. South Elgin in pretty big need of a stop on this possession. Oh, and great inbound play, opens up a lot of space for him. Number 31, that was Dorn, but he couldn't finish, and Howard throws the ball out of bounds and gives it right back to him. 7:15 now on the clock. In a matter of just less than 10 seconds, we had a great look, a turnover, and Prairie Ridge has the ball once again. Hankins goes up too early, and he's going to draw a foul. That's going to be his fourth. They might want to think about sitting him down, and they will. Cameron Nylick will come in. Hankins will take a seat. They're going to need him down the stretch if they want to win this game. First one is up, and that one falls for Dorn. Dorn pounds it off the floor. 5-point lead now for Prairie Ridge, and he can't convert on the second one, so it will stay at that 5-point lead. Smith gives it. Howard now far side. Atkins, dribble drive, gives it back to Smith. Atkins has a wide open look for three, and he knocks it down. Logan Atkins for three, and that'll put him on the board. They're gonna call that out of bounds on them. On the Prairie Ridge team, they're gonna call that out of bounds. South Elgin possession. Or no, they're gonna call a foul on Otto. Young will come in, out will go Howard. In will come, not Potter, in will come Lamb, out will go Otto. Smith with it now. 6.5 minutes remaining in this game. Atkins, they're gonna call a travel on him there. Got to make sure to keep that pivot foot set before you put the ball on the floor. Dorn with it now, right to left on the screen. 48-50 in favor of the Prairie Ridge squad. As Schuyler gives it up. Oh, a good look from three there, and they answer back, number 32. That's going to be Card. Big bucket there from the Prairie Ridge team, and as my partner yesterday said, there are some mental daggers in this game, and that three right there could have been a mental dagger. Damian Young now will be the inbounder after the kicked ball violation. Swing it into the backcourt, Smith with it. Smith gives it to Atkins. Right back to Smith. He throws it inside, but that's no good. It's going to stay their possession. Prairie Ridge has done an outstanding job on defense as well as on offense so far in this game. If they shoot the ball this hot from three, it's going to be tough to knock them out anytime. Oh, that ball was definitely tipped off the inbound. Swing pass to Lynch, inside to Nylik, right back to Lynch, a good pass, but he misses the layup. Tapped around, but they're gonna call a foul on Lynch. Really needed that layup to go. Eighth team foul. First one is up, and that one's gonna fall for the one-and-the-one opportunity for Bradshaw. Bradshaw with 14 in the game. Rim rattles, and that one falls. Make it 15. Smith gives it up. Young with it now. Inside, and that's gonna be off on the Prairie Ridge team. London with it. Almost rolled out of bounds. McClendon with it now. They're going to call a charge on him, and that's a very crucial foul. This game is slowly running away from the Storm. The 9th team foul for the Storm in this game. Far side pass. Dribble drive penetration. He throws up the layup, no good. Rebound controlled by Young, and they're out and running. Young is going to get a block called on number 10. That's going to be Lamb. Inbound to Smith. Smith dribbles, and they're going to call a foul on the Prairie Ridge team. I believe that puts them in the 1-and-1. Yep, that's the bonus 1-and-1 for the South Elgin Storm. as Smith goes to the line. Smith spins it into his grip, lets that one go. No good. Really needed that. They're going to call a lot. Oh, crucial over the back on Nylik there. And now they come down the other way to shoot free throws. 4 minutes and 48 seconds remaining, and the Storm are slowly shooting themselves in the foot more and more as this is going on. A one-on-one situation, you can't hit the free throw, but instead you give them free throws after you miss your own. Not a good idea. 55 to 48. The first one is thrown up and missed, and now they're in the double bonus situation. A rare miss for this Prairie Ridge team. They've shot free throws extremely well so far. Second one is up. That one does fall for loading. They're going to bring in Eschweiler for loading. Hankins still sitting on the bench down there with 4 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. They need him for late in this game if they want to make a late push. Vegas to Smith. Smith with it now. He's up to Vegas. Vegas fires for three. That was no good the whole way. Damian Young with the rebound. He's going to get a foul called against him on what appears to be Eschweiler. Young at the line, pounds the ball off the floor and lets it go. Young hits the first one. Some much needed points as the Storm had been stuck on scoring there for a long while at 48. 56 to 50 now for the score here. Prairie Ridge ahead with about 4.5 remaining. A good defensive play by McClendon, and the Storm now have possession. A key possession coming here from the Storm. Young, a far swing pass, he takes it. He almost gives up to McClendon. McClendon's gonna dribble, but they're gonna call him on a travel. McClendon has made a couple of crucial plays here with fouls and travels, and it is really coming back to bite the Storm. They cannot possess the ball, and now Young's gonna get a foul called against him, and they just really coming unraveled here. A lot of fouls in the second half, a lot of bad possessions for the Storm on offense as well. Prairie Ridge needs to take advantage here at the line. That is knocks down the first one. Second one is up. Front rim no good. Rebound controlled by Prairie Ridge. That's a rebound you really need to come up with. The Storm were sleeping. Prairie Ridge takes advantage. Smith tries to get a steal, but they're going to call a foul against number 32 there. I believe that is Card. Card is called for the foul. Line. A lot of free throws in just this last minute here as both teams are in the bonus situation. 9th foul against the Prairie Ridge team, so it's close to being a double bonus for both teams. Smith knocks down the first one. Hankins gets up and he's going to check back in for the Storm. 51 to 57 in favor of Prairie Ridge. They need their late push to come now. Big free throw here from Smith. First, that one is up and that one falls. 52 to 57, cuts it to 5 points with their big man back in the game. Shirley would like to limit the three-point opportunities here. They're gonna call a timeout themselves, and the Storm and the Prairie Ridge squad are gonna get a full minute to talk over some plays. In order to win this game, it's gonna take a lot of heart out of both teams. The Prairie Ridge team has really played well. They've shot really well behind the line. I've seen a lot of good three-point shooters out of their team, and when they get the look, they don't fail from deep. South Elgin, on the other hand, you gotta begin to think that it's time to try to work the ball inside. You brought your big man back in. They're trying to match you with Eschweiler. So you're hoping that he can convert a couple times and try to lead you back a little bit. So defensive possessions are going to be big, and you got to try to limit the amount of fouls. The more you're in the bonus, the harder it gets. So limiting the fouls are going to be big. Points without the clock running is a tough thing to come back from. Behind, any way you look at it, free throw crucial late in the game. Near side here. It's out of far side swing. Dribble drive. They throw it to the wing. A three ball thrown up, and it hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Otto for three. 60-52 now in favor of Prairie Ridge. Hankins right. They give it up. Young with a quick bucket right back at you. 54-60 now. The tempo has suddenly changed. A turnover there by Prairie Ridge, and out comes Matt Smith with the ball. They're going to call a foul against Prairie Ridge, and going to the line is Smith. 54-60 here in the Jacobs High School gym. 3 minutes and 14 seconds remain on the clock. Both teams enter the double bonus here. Smith throws up the first one, no good. No good from the line. Free points you really need to take advantage of here late in this game. Could have narrowed this lead down to 4 if you would have knocked them both down. Second one is up. That one is no good. Smith really hurting his team at the line there. Quick outlet. They're going to swing the ball into the corner for three. Blocked by Hankins. He gets it back. He's going to shoot it again. No good. Rebound tapped around, controlled by McClendon. Hankins with a big block late. Inside Lynch. They're going to call him for a foul. Yes, number 10, up here they called for a foul. It's double bonus situation, so once again, free throws, need them. They're gonna come up huge here late in this game. Anthony Lynch at the line, throws up the first one, rim rattles and goes in. Anthony Lynch with his first point of the game. 55-60 now. Lynch throws up the second one, and that one also goes. A 2-possession game now for the Storm. Dribble drive penetration. The ball is stolen away by Hankins. Hankins gives it up to Smith, and here they come. 56-60. McClendon comes in. They're going to call the block, and one for Quentin McClendon. He's had trouble all game keeping himself out of foul trouble, but he comes up with a big layup there. 58-60. The Storm are on a charge. Quentin McClendon at the line to make it a 1-point game. McClendon bounces the ball off the floor, spins it into his grip, and lets it go. McClendon hits at the line, and this is turned into a 59-60 Prairie Ridge lead. Hankins is gonna take a seat for a quick minute, try to keep him fresh. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the fourth. They're gonna call a block there on Lynch. And once again, here comes Prairie Ridge back at the line. 32. Mr. Card is going to be at the line. Logan Card flicks the first one up, and that one hit just about every part of the rim it could before knocking the cylinder. Second one is up. That one no good as well. Prairie Ridge been so good at the line throughout the day. Couple of crucial misses right there. McClendon gets it back to Justin. Howard on the far side, swings it into Lynch. Lynch gets it. Jump ball, possession arrow rules that it will be the Prairie Ridge ball. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remain. An exciting game here in the Jacobs High School gym. A measly 1-point lead for Prairie Ridge. Top of the key here, Otto gives it up far side to Dorn. Dorn dribbles with it near the Golden Eagle logo. A dribble drive. Hop step, they're gonna call a foul on Matt Smith. God, the South Elgin team has had a lot of trouble staying away from the foul. Brian Dorn at the line. First one is up. That one is no good. Brian Dorn can't hit from the line, and they have struggled down the stretch to knock down free throws that would have put this game away. This is gonna be the fourth free throw in the last minute. Possibly could have been a bigger lead for this team if they can knock down their free throws. Dorn knocks down the second one to make it that 2-point lead. This could be at least a 5-point game if they would have hit their free throws. Hankins gets it. He's gonna put it on the floor just the one time. Inside pass, Smith's gonna get it. They're gonna call it on the floor, but nevertheless, he's going to the line for two. Matt Smith going to the line. Out comes Hankins, in comes Lynch. They're subbing in and out with Hankins a lot. I believe it's just for defensive possessions. They want to keep him in this game as much as they can on offense, but limit his possibility of fouling out on defense. A couple of substitute issues here. They're making someone wait. Come on, guys, it's just some substitution. Let's get on with the game. Matt Smith has it now at the line. Shooting two in the double bonus situation. Both teams have had some troubles with fouls in this last quarter. Smith cannot make the free throw. That is 3 consecutive misses line. Smith, really crucial that they start shooting the ball better from the line. Both of these teams have had troubles on the stretch. Matt Smith, second one is up. That one falls. Back to the 1-point lead that we have seen so far. So pretty much the last 3 minutes of this game. If you're just joining us now, welcome. This is the South Elgin Storm taking on the Prairie Ridge High School squad. It's been a wonderful game. Prairie Ridge came out early, and they were shooting the ball really well. South Elgin had no answer for them behind the arc. Prairie Ridge jumped out to a huge lead. South Elgin has slowly chipped back at it. They were ahead at half. Prairie Ridge took the lead again in the third, and now you see what we have here, a 1-point lead for the Prairie Ridge team with just 1:33 seconds left. This last quarter's been a lot of free throw shooting due to the double bonus situation, a lot of fouls. Teams are having a rough time. A lot of on-the-floor calls, reach-in calls, blocking calls, stuff that you wouldn't see free throws granted very often, but in this situation, they've had a lot of chances to put this game away. Prairie Ridge has missed 3 out of 4. South Elgin has their best player miss three out of his last 4. So I think it's going to come down to free throw shooting here. Whoever can shoot the ball better at the line late in this game will come out with the victory. We're going to see an exciting one. Nevertheless, 1:33 left, 61-60 in favor of that Prairie Ridge team, as I said earlier, and they have possession underneath the hoop. First time we've seen a full court press out of the Storm pretty much the whole game. Lots of laps there. McClendon now guarding at the top against Prairie Ridge team. Far side there they have it. That's Dorn. Otto with it. Gives it up. Loading, a minute left. McClendon guarding well against Dorn at the top. Eventually, if they just keep possessing the ball, they're going to need to go for something. They're going to get a foul called on them there. And unfortunately, it's going to come to one of these games where it's Free throw shooting and possessions. Who has the ball? Who scores? It's going to come down to the very end of this game to decide the winner. First one is up, and it is good for Otto, making it a 2-point lead. South Elgin in a pretty big need of a miss here. Otto pounds the ball off the floor twice, puts it in his grip, throws it up, and that one's going to hit the twine for Otto as well. So South Elgin needs a bucket here for sure. Needs a really, really good possession out of their team here. Smith with it now. Throws it far side to Howard. Howard dribble drive, gives it inside. Hankins almost lost it, but he's going to put it up with the left, and that's going to fall for Tyler Hankins. Tyler Hankins has had a huge impact in this game so far, getting himself a lot of buckets here for the team. $16 points for Tyler Hankins so far in this game. 36 seconds remaining. The 1-point lead still remains in favor of Prairie Ridge. Eventually, South Elgin's going to have to foul, and they're going to have to hope they send the right guy to the line because they need at least one miss to put this game within a tie's reach with just a regular bucket. They could tie it with a 3, but South Elgin has had a lot of trouble shooting the 3 ball so far today. Coaches are drawing up a play here for them. Prairie Ridge is ready to go. South Elgin, on the other hand, just now getting into the huddle with their coach. I believe it's the full minute timeout, so they're going to call them out now. Took too much time drawing up the plays together. They get their 5 up. It seems to be Young is swapped out with Hankins. Hankins is only playing offensive possessions. McClendon, Howard, Smith, Young, and Lynch. Dorn will run. A far side play, Otto now. They're trapping, they're trying to get the ball. They got him in trouble. McClendon, and that's gonna be an easy basket there for Dorn. Dorn gets a 2. Quickly up the other way, 22 on the clock. They need a 3-pointer to tie it or a bucket to put the pressure on. 14 left. Far side, Lynch with it. They're gonna call a timeout. South Elgin will get a timeout with 11 seconds remaining, down 3 points to this Prairie Ridge team. 65-62, a big bucket there from Dorn. No reason, I'm not quite too sure why they wouldn't foul in that situation. It was a dribble drive. McClendon maybe thought he could get a block out of it, but in that situation, you might just want to take the foul. Nevertheless, the South Elgin Storm are down 3 points with possession of the ball. They need a big 3 here or a quick bucket underneath the rim. So we're gonna see an exciting finish here. If I was South Elgin, I think I would draw the play up for probably, in my opinion, their best shooter, Justin Howard. He's had a rough go of it so far, but he shoots the ball extremely well from behind the arc. If not, you got to go to Matt Smith. He hit the big one at the end of the quarter, I believe at the end of the half, to put them up, and it was a deep one. So if you're going to get the ball to, I think it's either one of those guards, and you got to get a 3-pointer up there. I think Hankins has to remain on the bench. You're not going for just a bucket. You're going for the tie here. You're playing for OT. 11 seconds remain. They're going to drop a play, and we're going to see how it goes. Prairie Ridge played an outstanding game, shot really well from beyond the arc, and when you do that, you're tough to beat. The inbounder will be Smith. Howard starts on the far side with McClendon and Lynch. Young breaks for the line. They throw it away. They throw it away. South Elgin throws the ball away in the remaining seconds. Matt Smith. Are they calling it a tip? No, it was thrown away. It was indeed thrown away by the Storm. Prairie Ridge is going to call a timeout. Wow. They had the inbound play set. Smith panicked, had nowhere to go with it, and he threw it out of bounds. Prairie Ridge will take possession where South Elgin inbounded the ball from, but that is a all but crucial turnover. Oh, that was a tough one to swallow down there on the end of the bench, I'm sure. Prairie Ridge now pretty much all they had to do is get the ball inbounded and make one free throw, and this game is put away. A lot of pressure on the inbound has to be coming for South Elgin. Got to get the ball into your best free throw shooter. Brian Dorn has been extremely reliant from the line so far. The only guy that I wouldn't want the ball to have just because of previous is Card. He missed his last two, but that doesn't mean he's not that doesn't mean he is a bad free throw shooter. I think they're going to try to get the ball to Brian Dorn, though. Probably their best ball handler and one of their top shooters for sure. Dorn's boxing out Howard. They're going to call a foul on Howard there. Minimal time taken off the clock. Shooting two, they just need one. If he makes one of them, it's pretty much sealed. First one is up, and that one is good. Brian Dorn pretty much seals the deal for the Prairie Ridge squad. Vegas comes on, so does Lynch. Down goes Young, and down goes Lynch, the older Lynch. Second one is up, and that one is good as well. And it's all but over now for the Storm. 9 seconds remain, and Smith throws it out of bounds again. Tipped off by Brian Dorn. 62-67 now. Smith gets the ball, 6 seconds remaining. McClendon's not going to have time to put up more than one shot. And that's the end of the game. 64-67 in favor of the Prairie Ridge High School squad. They played an outstanding game. They shot really well from beyond the arc, and when you do that, you're tough to beat. Prairie Ridge had a good overall game from their shooters, and that's what sealed their fate. So South Elgin goes to 1-1 in their division, as well as Prairie Ridge going to 1-1 with their first win. Prairie Ridge did not look like a team that deserved to lose their first game. They definitely came out and played well in this one. We're going to be right back at it here with Lakes versus Corliss, a team that I saw yesterday. And we'll be bringing you more exciting live basketball action here from the Jacobs High School gym. It's the Hinkle Holiday Tournament. We'll see you in a little bit.